Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in this one I'm going to show you guys how to do a damage by light script. Now essentially what that means is it's like sun damage for vampires. So with this first part of this series on creating a mini game murder mode, I have some default test rolls. I'm going to show you what they do. If I'm set as a killer, you might notice the screen turns a different tint. Of course with the lighting of this video it kind of sucks. But there's a light red-black tint to the screen, and as you can see, I've got normal health here at 148. As I move towards the light, I start taking damage. The closer I get, the quicker my health goes down, so now it goes in bigger chunks. I can move away, be safe, and if I take some sun damage, let's say I go next to the sun, same kind of idea. So that's going to be the benefit to this script setup, and let me go ahead and remove that. So let me walk you through how we do this. So first I have it set as a set killer role to assign the player that's going to be the murderer or the killer or whatever you want to call them as their role. To do that I have the history of innocent being removed just in case people are switching back and forth, and then we're setting the killer history to 1 because it doesn't matter the count on that. From there we're going to go ahead and call on the script for light damage. And then just in case, I also have a cancel script to unselect the killer. So we delete the history, we add the innocent, cancel the light damage, and then remove the tint, which I'll show you guys in just a moment. I have it to delete the tint on the player over the course of 3 seconds. Then we have the damage by light script, and everything here with these little slashes, these are just comments, notes to myself or whoever looks at the script. I have some of the main light sources selected. I also have instructions on how you can go in your file system and find out the luminance value for these blocks, so you can go ahead and check these yourself or modify them. Then I have the tint set, 90 red, 50 of the other colors, that way it goes darker and slightly red. It's not much, but it is noticeable by the player, and it's set over 3 seconds to give it kind of like a rage kind of feel where you're getting angry. Then we have our first section. This first part, and we typically, at least my way, I start with the most damage, work my way down. So from here, this is going to be if the player is a killer, and the light around them, so VREL is view relative, it's based on their head position. You can switch it to PREL right here if you'd like it to be the player's position, or their feet position by using PREL. But then we have sun, moon, block, otherwise, if it's equal to a light value or greater than 12. And if we go up here, our torch is at 14, fire is at 12. Pretty much if any of these other than like a gold block, if they're nearby, they're going to be taking 5 damage every half second because weight is counted in milliseconds. So 500 equals half a second, 1000 is a second. Now I know that might seem fast at 5 life every half second, but this is only when they are directly on top of that torch or like right next to it. So this is like practically they're getting burnt by the fire. Then we wait, that half second and loop to call on this again to check. Then we have else if for the second event. So if they're still the killer, but they're less than 12 on light, so they're further away, but it's equal to or greater than 7, so I did roughly half of a torch. So if they're within like a 5 or 6 block radius of the torch, they're going to be taking 2 damage every half second, so it drains a little bit more. And then we loop to check again how far they are. And then I have else for if they're further back, away from it, it just does nothing other than waits and loops again, no damage for no light. You're welcome to customize this if you like by adding multiple events for every digit, if you want to be that technical on it. I would probably add maybe another one for if it's from maybe 4 to 6, 3 to 6, 4 to 6, just to do 1 damage every second or something to give it that much more of a curve. And then it's important, make sure you have your aliases to go ahead and check, so this one gets called on when needs to be. But other than that, that's essentially this script, and that's how it works. Just make sure that you have a script set to call on the killer. You have a way to assign a role, either be a button or a auto join when the player joins. The idea of the game is going to essentially be, you have a killer, you have people, the people are going to run around, set torches, and that's going to keep the killer kind of at bay and give them a sort of an advantage. But we'll iron out the kinks as we go, we'll get the details as we go. But if you enjoyed this, please go ahead and drop a like. Let me know in comments what route you want this to go through. I'm building it as we go. The whole thing's not pre-built in advance. We're going to explore this together. If you guys want to see a live version of how I go about figuring out the coding, let me know. If you just like the Cliff Notes version where I already have it pre-built, again, let me know. Other than that, I will talk to you guys later.